High Line series is split into 4 separate videos. We start at the green colored star on 14th Street and then walk to the southern tip of the High Line, which is at Gansevoort Street, where we begin our tour, which is at the red star. Heading north, we then have 3 more videos. Number 1 is from Gansevoort Street to approximately 14th Street. Number 2 is 14th Street to 23rd Street. And number 3 is 23rd Street to roughly 30th Street. Well, I just got off the M14 crosstown bus, and I'm now standing in front of Apple Computer Store, taking a look at whatever I happen to see here. This is Apple. And since New York City law requires you wear a face mask at the moment in the bus or subway, that's cool. But once you get outside, you're free to do as you wish, more or less at the moment. So I'm taking my mask off. Oh, that's better. And now I'm crossing 14th Street on the way to the High Line. Apple Store is behind me. It's called Apple Store 14th Street. And I'm hanging a right on West 14th Street. And right now I'm actually walking towards the High Line. Now the trick, of course, is to get to the beginning of the High Line, which is the purpose of this video. And the easiest way to do that, once you get off the M14 crosstown bus, is to just do as I'm doing now, which is walk across 14th Street. I'm in the meatpacking district until you get to Washington Street. Yes, Washington Street. That's easy to remember. And of course, it would not be New York if the street isn't being chopped up because something's being built or modified. This, of course, is no exception. Okay, back to the 14th Street. And yes, here I am coming up to Washington Street. Right here, it says Washington Street. And there's the High Line right in front of me, or right in front of you. Okay, I'm on Washington Street right now, and I hang a left. The weather has turned a bit cooler, but right now it's not so bad. Actually, it feels pretty good. And just to show you that this is a high-class operation, across the street is Tesla. If I don't get killed walking, okay, I'm okay. So right now, this is the Tesla store right here. And just to show you, we're here. There are some people taking a look at Teslas. I'm still heading south on Washington Street. And once again, we're in the heart of the meatpacking district. Oh my. Well, isn't this pretty? And yes, over there is Samsung's local offices. Of course, Apple is there. Samsung is now right in front of us. And although it's not in this video, Google's offices are just a few blocks away. And Google, oh God, is it big. It goes block after block after block. Well, they have the heating lamps on here. That's good. So the people sitting outside are actually feeling warm like it's inside. And New York used to allow propane tanks in the outside dining. Those are now illegal for obvious reasons, and instead these are the more expensive but certainly a better feel for the electric heat lamps. And in front of me is world famous Hector's Cafe and Diner. It's been here forever. People who've lived here forever, like me, have come here forever to get sort of light food. And it's good. Hector's. That building up there is a hotel with the drapes open so they can see the sunshine. And right now, as I was standing there, this is, just for a reference, Little West 12th Street that you just saw. That's its name. Not to be confused with West 12th. This is Little West 12th Street. Big difference. And just to bring back the fact that we're in the meatpacking district, there really are meatpackers here. Of course, once upon a time, that's all that was here. Decades ago, I remember this was, oh my, it was dreadful. Slabs of meat dripping on the sidewalk. Oh, gross. But now it's hoity-toity, and nonetheless, there are still meatpackers here. Yes, I'm happy to say we're approaching Gansevoort St. It's a Dutch name, The village was originally Dutch, then English, and so on and so forth. Gansevoort, Gansevoort Street. And here's a gentleman who's selling his artwork. And he said it's okay to take a video.
Absolutely.
He said absolutely, and I think he's here regularly because I come here a lot. I've seen him before.
Every day.
He's here, as he says, every day. So if you come by this way, guys, he's at the corner of Washington Street and Little West 12th on one side and Gansevoort on the other. And please stop by. He'd like to see you.
Yeah, or check out online at Dennis House.
And as he pointed out, this is his online contact. And Dennis, I thank you for sharing that.
Take care.
Well, that was a pleasant interlude, and now I'm happy to report we're right at the beginning of the southern tip of the High Line. This is the Whitney Museum, and they're obviously doing some major alterations here. Take a look at this. I have no idea why or what. That's the entrance to the Whitney Museum of American Art, and it is really a trip to go inside. Some of it is really funny, and of course the art is almost entirely, if not entirely, on American artists only, which makes it somewhat humorous and somewhat biting when you look at it, depending where you're coming from and what you're thinking. Like, it's really worth an effort to go here. So anyhow, flipping around, there's a nice place to grab a snack, and now I'm walking you to the beginning of the High Line, which is right here. See you next time, guys, and thank you.